Welcome to this module. We would take apart the different steps and present it in a flowchart. I always find it a lot easier if we see things in a logical setup, especially as engineers. So we'll go through the steps and you would see what is required on a step-by-step basis. The whole process kicks off with an academic assessment of the candidate's degree by the ICE, that's right at the top of the flowchart, and ends with the candidate becoming a chartered engineer with the ICE or an incorporated engineer with the ICE, dependent on the path the candidate has chosen. We'll do a deep dive into the different stages in subsequent slides. So everything starts with an academic assessment on the candidate's degree, and the aim is to see if the candidate has got the necessary academic base to proceed with the chartered engineer or the incorporated engineer process. So if you look at the red section to the very right, if the candidate has got an accredited master's degree plus a confirmation from the ICE, then it means the candidate has met the educational base for chartered engineer. If, on the other hand, the candidate is pursuing the incorporated engineer, then you look at the left section of the flowchart. So the candidate is expected to have an approved bachelor's degree, and the candidate will get a confirmation from the ICE. So it means that the candidate has met the educational base for incorporated engineer. Now we look at the middle portion of the flowchart. If the candidate wants to pursue the chartered engineer status but does not have the required educational base, that's not a problem. There are options. So the candidate can continue with further learning and do an MSc, or the candidates can go through the experiential learning route where they will be expected to produce a 2,000-word report, or there is the technical report route. So you've got all these options. So there's no reason to despair whatsoever. There is always an option. If all this is settled, the candidate will proceed to doing the initial professional development, and the candidates would have three options. So there's a training agreement completion or a mentor supported training, and there is the career appraisal. So it's a 5,000 long report to be produced. So we'll continue on the right side. So that's the chartered engineer path. After the career appraisal, the candidate will produce the professional review report, which is 5,000 word. We will do a deep dive into that report and show you what that report looks like in subsequent modules. Afterwards, it's advisable for the candidates to have several or at least one mock professional review interview. So this is something we can help you with. We have helped so many candidates with mock reviews, and it's an opportunity for you to demonstrate what you plan to present on the professional review interview day. And on the speaking of the professional review, the candidate would pass the chartered professional review. Okay, it will start with a 15 minutes presentation, and then there would be a 75 minutes question and answer session where the panelist will test the candidate's knowledge, and then the candidate will be expected to work on a communications task segment. So that's a 90 minutes long for the chartered engineer path. If the candidate is successful, the candidate will be awarded the title CEng, MICE, so that's chartered engineer. If, on the other hand, the candidate is going through the incorporated engineer route, then the candidate would produce a professional review report. And again, there is the option for the candidates to have a mock professional review and then pass the incorporated professional review, which is 15 minutes presentation, 60 minutes interview, and then a 60-minute communications task. If the candidate is successful, they would be awarded the incorporated engineer status with the ICE. So that's ING, MICE. And there is also the option for the candidates to top up their status from ING to CNG. In that case, they would need to produce a 2,000 word long report. We will now look at the checklist. So this is preparing for the professional review. It's important to go through these steps so that you can have a mental picture of what to expect. This is really important. And you can use this as a guide to see how well you are performing. So start with the academic assessment. Once you've gotten the confirmation from the ICE, it means you can proceed. And then for step two, you need to get the have a full understanding of the guidance document. So have a good read and see what you have to expect. So things like the career appraisal and the rest. And then you complete the initial professional development report. Afterwards, you have to check the date. Now, this is very important. If you have a mentor or sponsor, it's important for you to align the mentorship support so that your reports are ready at the date specified. You can get those dates at the ICE website. So this is very important. And then you can look at what courses or seminars you can attend. This is also important for your attribute 7, which is on your professional commitment. So the ICE would like to see proof that you've been attending these courses and seminars. And you should watch the ICE recorded guidance presentation, which is in the ICE website. Prepare your draft CV. There is a module here where we take you through what a good engineering CV looks like if you want to use it for the chartered engineer or the incorporated engineer application. And then step 4, you review the attributes required for the grade of membership that you're applying for. Have the professional review application form downloaded. Do the same for the sponsors statement of support. Have a good discussion with your sponsors and ensure that they are aligned to support you. Okay. And then get your submission documentation, your photographs, appendices, complete your CV, get a good draft in. And again, I say we can help you with your report. Do not hesitate to contact us. Discuss your presentation with your sponsors. Now, do not wait until the very end to prepare your presentation. It's actually something you can do in parallel. So basically, you're preparing your CV, you're preparing your report, you're preparing your presentation, even your communications task. You're basically doing everything in parallel. This is very important. That way, you know that your presentation actually takes into account the contents of your reports. Step 11 talks about collating your development action plan and your professional development records. Again, we've got samples you can use as a guide. And then for step 12, it talks about reviewing the latest draft report with with your sponsors. Prepare your presentation and also practice for your communications task. Again, work very closely with your mentor and start to work on a strategy for a mock interview. We can help you with a mock interview and give you a detailed breakdown of your performance during the mock interview. Make the necessary application fee payments to the ICE. Ensure that your sponsors have uploaded their comments. Okay. And ensure that you've included all the information in your application. Okay. You'll get a letter approximately 4 weeks before your review from the ICE. So make sure you are in constant contact with the ICE regarding that, and then get ready for the professional review day. So you'll be expected to continue to practice your interview, practice have your presentation ready. It's a 15-minute presentation, so do plenty of practice, and also prepare and print your 2-page reference document for the communications task. Most interviews are online these days. However, if your interview is in a venue, it's important to plan your journey so you arrive at least 30 minutes before the interview time so you can register. And then it's important for you to dress professionally, come with an ID and a personal copy of your professional submission. Ensure your laptop is fully charged, and remember to come with a power cable. And if your review is online, ensure you have sufficient Wi-Fi connection. Ensure that your laptop or your PC is camera enabled, and perform a good microphone check before starting. Like I said, dress professionally. Even if the interview is online, treat it as if you were there in person. Dress fully, very smartly. Put on your shoes, look very good, have a good background. Very, very important. And after you've done all this, just take your time and relax. It's going to be okay. As long as you prepare, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. So you have got our contact. Do not hesitate to contact us on WhatsApp. We're very reactive and will respond to your questions. Or you can send us an email. Join our Facebook page. We have a very good group actually where we post information regularly. So you could see some tips on how to attempt the interview and also how to prepare your documents. So don't hesitate to contact us and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.